My name is Margaret Goodman Shelton, and I'm a farmer, and I grow plants, mainly herbs and vegetables. I got started because I was growing herbs as companion plants, and my emphasis was on vegetable gardening for my home and my family, and I wanted to start a business that I could do on a farm. We moved back to an old family farm, and then I started learning more about herbs and the benefits and multiple uses, and got intrigued with growing herbs, and no one else was doing it at the time. Now it's in the mainstream. But when I was first doing herbs, I would take them to markets, and I noticed people would walk around and look at me like I was going to maybe work spells on them. When I started my farm, it's almost no development. There weren't any stoplights on the way into Wilmington. And the markets, there's more of a population center there. But after the spring season, if I wanted to sell bouquets or bunches of flowers or fresh cut herbs, you need to be able to have a market to go to. Now population's growing around me, but they don't really know I'm here. Because of regulations, I can't just pop a sign out on Highway 17 to say, hey, I'm here. And markets for me mean that I can go where a population area is. They don't have to come all the way out here. Used to, you'd go to a grocery store, and if you had a load of watermelons, grocery stores, Piggly Wiggly, come on in. Wilson's Grocery, come on in. We want to sell your product. But now all the grocery stores are set up as major chains, and they could care less about the local farmer. So farms are going under because they don't have the local markets in which to sell. And when I approached some of the local grocery stores, they acted like I came in from another planet. They didn't have a clue about fresh herbs, but they're willing to buy them in packages from California. But it wasn't until, I'm trying to think of what year we started the Riverfront Farmers Market. It still is one of the most successful farmers markets in our area. And when we got this market established, and we were depending on the city of Wilmington working with us, and they've worked beautifully to encourage this, because all the businesses that are downtown, it's good for all of them. What the market has done is it's got people buying coffee, going down for breakfast, then going shopping at the farmers market, and it's brought probably about 1,500 people to the center of downtown that would maybe wake up about 10 or 11 when the tourists decide, we got dinner tonight and maybe a movie, but what are we going to do between now and then? And on Saturdays, we're down there. So it's a win-win situation if we work together. We couldn't work it so we had a Wednesday market because a farmer has got to cut product, stash them till Saturday. If you're out there picking them Monday or Tuesday, you want to be able to sell them on Wednesday. So one market doesn't cut it, so we have a market. The same farmers go up to Poplar Grove. It's a distance away. And that's why I started in the beginning growing for my family, because I wanted to know what they were eating and what chemicals were put on them, mainly what chemicals were not put on them. And going to farmers markets, I know the farmers there, and I know how they're producing them, and I can ask them and I can quiz them on what their growing habits are. When you know how it grows, you're eating something that's a whole lot better. And that's where I was coming from with why I wanted to grow, because it is a lot of work. And you could look at it another way. It's a lot of good exercise. Trying to make a living at it, no, that's something else.